being 2 days away from the race, we just have to make sure. Today's really not that windy. I'm looking at the flags, pretty normal day. But if Sunday gets blustery, even late in the afternoon, the wind can change. You got to try to stay ahead of it.
You know, the other thing I was going to mention, no rain, not a significant chance of rain between now and Sunday. So you put all this rubber into the track.
Yeah.
And then you add about 7-8 degrees when you look at the forecasted high for Sunday. That'll change the dynamic of this place as well. Saw William Byron leading the session second right now, 77 Carson Hocevar.
And I will tell you, brand new Goodyear tire, fast time to current times. Most cars have fallen off about a half a second. That's going to bring smiles to the garage area. This is a track that, look, track position is still going to win. Welcome to Indianapolis. It wins the Indy 500, it's going to win the Brickyard 400. That's just fact of the racetrack. But if this Goodyear tire will lose a little more grip, what you just
watching Daniel Suarez. What about his teammate Hocevar, ninth, Marty?
Yeah, Adam, for much of this practice session, Carson Hocevar has been in the top 5, been knocked down a couple of spots the last couple of runs, though, for cars out on the track. Here's what Carson had to say after that first run of the day.
How was my last 2 laps on pace? I started driving the out of it. I was just really conservative the first few laps.
Yeah, last 2 were the same as a 9.
Definitely tighter, not shifting. I have to drive in. I have to really load the car up a lot to make pace, so shifting helps.
If we were one of the few that were shifting, all those guys were not shifting.
Boy, Dale Jr., there's a lot to unpack with what Carson Hocevar said. The one thing that kind of stood out to me is that his conservative, quote, take it easy lap was the one that was his fastest lap, but a lot going on there at the end of the run for the 77 for sure.
Yeah, and notice that he said the balance of the car is different when he's not shifting. So when you downshift into the corner and you get engine decel, you get a lot of things that help rotation, help the car turn around the corner. And when you don't have that, when you stay in high gear and go down in the corner, the car isn't going to turn as well. I would try to work on my car, make it handle, Steve, without shifting. I would need it to turn and do everything I want it to do, not shifting. Now, in the race, they will be in traffic. You'll be downshifting. You'll be doing all those things to try to keep momentum and acceleration. But, you know, if you get out front and you want to try to save fuel, do anything like that, you need that car rotating using high gear only.
Well, plus, if you don't need it to shift, that's one more tool you'll have tomorrow on Sunday, right? You're like, oh, I'll start shifting because I need the car to do something. I don't want to crutch it in practice and lean on that.